Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCK Cup 2025.
Damage is actually going to be quite relevant as well. So I actually like the Bulldog techs the first strike into this because he has the range advantage and is just going to be looking to farm, and Dudu may be in trouble.
Well, they're going to be able to get the charge into the wall. Dudu is lit on fire as aiming, trying to get out of the way. Not going to be able to stack up enough, though, as you can see. So Dudu, 100 health underneath this turret. Let's see how Shiu's going to go underneath his. Able to dodge out of the way of the Winter's Wrath, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Berserker takes that one. That's going to be first blood over to the DN Freaks. But the answering kill does eventually come in. Top laners' lives continue to be a living hell.
Yeah, unfortunate. Even with the changes
ending Barrel's life before they can really start off the fight. But as you can see, DK with control of the area. They are going to be able to grab one of these. There's the face breaker and the superplex. Big punch to the noggin. Still, Showmaker maybe going down for this one as the hail of arrows comes in. Great ulti there from Dudu as the flash out from aiming. And Life is the one now in trouble. Shiu in that front line. It is an absolute mess. But there's not too many kills. It's just one. But should still be able to take this first dragon. That is going to put them well in position. That wasn't in position, though, unfortunately. The public execution no one turned up for, as it turned out.
I just noticed that we don't have the gold lead UI up today for some reason.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
Because I was wondering how behind aiming is with this. Yes.
Oh, dear. Dudu taking a nap. This is not the time to be sleeping, as he's going to have to put that flash on cooldown once again. Solar Flare, beautiful position as Lucid comes in and answers the kill, but that is another one that's fighting the dust. And Live says, thank you very much.
Unfortunately, neither of those kills
One's
going
playing set top lane if they're playing him at all, as far as what I can see.
And that's a lot of poke from aiming here in the initial part of this fight. The positioning here is really good for Berserker. It's hard to enter these grubs.
Yeah, ooh, Chains of Corruption going to get the flash out from Live. As Showmaker making his way in. They just turn onto Barrel immediately, though. Life down exceptionally low, but it doesn't seem to matter. Man advantage is going to be there for the DN. I'm a fan of being subtle with puns. So, I feel like you've missed the point.
Okay, hold up.
Okay, it's another Solar Flare onto Barrel. Going to get Chain CC'd as Shiu's going to try and make his way in. Decent heroic charge, but I think Barrel's still dead. Does flash, gets himself out of the way as it's nap time for Bulldog. Oh, God, that was too many things thrown at the Corki. And he is going to go down.
I was about to sing his praises right before this. From Showmaker, and the greed from Bulldog definitely puts a dent in the advantage they were looking for. Still 800 gold up, though.
Oh, dear. Steadfast Presence almost blocks the stun, but there is too much CC to come on through here. Bulldog turns up, and Barrel's dead yet again. Just backing in the wrong spot. And that might mean that this turret goes down as well, wasting no time. It was going to be that they can turn into a dragon, grab the feats of strength that way, but they're going to be able to get first turret blood as Chains of Corruption come down. Make a rain here from Berserker just to deter aiming.
I mean, look at how much value the Bloodthirster gives Berserker in this situation.
He'll walk out of the way, of course. He walked pretty quickly as Bambi, as the big one does rain down. Are they going to be able to get in here? Showmaker just running forward. There's the face breaker. It is going to be Lucid that locks down the dragon, but can they win the fight? That's the question. Flash out here from Showmaker. Superplex to get Life out of the fight. Very, very low. There's the double sleep. Lucid gets the watch out heap, and they do need to watch out. Dudu trying to fight three, but he still has to flash away. And Berserker's under the turret, but I don't know whether that safety is. There it is. The Q comes through. Watch out heap yet again as Lucid gets the triple.
Lucid is popping off Atlas! 3 kills after the Dragon Steal. The sleep is fantastic. It does so much damage in this fight. And this is everything DN Freaks, all their advantages washed away in the blink of an eye, it feels like. I mentioned they got feats of strength for the Dragon fight, but really only Life had that. No one else had upgraded boots at the time, so it's not really a big spike they hit. Obviously getting the turret gold and all is nice, and having it for doing big damage right now.
Yeah, he's Shiu's going to be able to take down this turret, and that's going to even things out as far as that. The money that just came in for DK. It's not over yet, as Lucid looking to make his way in, aiming going to be joining as well. Oh dear, this could be a real rough time. Superplex comes in from Showmaker. The turret going to start getting angry here, but it's Lucid that made it upset. And so they're going to go 1 for 1. Berserker turns up at the right time here as Showmaker realizes he's not really going to be able to do too much about this. And there he goes. The Winter's Wrath is going to bear down on him. And it's Spioshik that grabs the kill.
Well, Berserker's got a ton of money in his pockets already, but he probably would have liked it, so
I'm an really ideal surprise. Like, how did Showmaker not get turret aggro there?
It was really weird. Let's watch it again because there was also like some anti-synergy between his ult
in that top fight underneath the turret.
Oh.
Hopefully he does have an opportunity for it this time around as Glacial Prison comes down and engage onto the set. Not exactly optimal as Change of Corruption comes in and pop goes the Leona. Xiu able to get himself out of this one as well as he dives forward. There's a very sleepy Corki. And the watch out heap comes down yet again. Lucy going to help grab that kill. It's actually the set that collects a bowling ball from downtown. I think we're giving that at least a spare, even if Yoshik doesn't go down. Berserker gets them away from the inner turret, and Xiu, oh, the snipe! You're not allowed to do that. The little gates were coming down, Wolf. They were trying to pick up the pins.
And Dudu was... I mean, Bulldog has TP in 2 when he spawns. They won't have Pyoshik for the smite. This is going to be a, you have to win the fight or you are not getting this objective.
Well, they're looking for it. Remember, the amount of shred from this Otacon is so dangerous. Bulldog's going to turn up. That is going to be the secure here, but Dudu into that backline is looking very scary. Beryl going to get revived. And remember, this is Voracious Otacon, so they can just be here and die, but they're not even doing that. DK is still going to be able to win. Life is burning, burning, burning. It's a pirouette from Lucid to finish him off. And like every objective went to DNF. The early game was so good, and now DK are just kind of ignoring them and winning the game.
Well, I think DNF should have made a different call here, you know? And obviously, you know, this is unfortunately pretty embarrassing for Dudu, but how can you know, right?
And Xiu didn't even know.
But this is, yeah, he didn't have vision.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're not going to look at the Otacon fight.
Yeah, this is just more battling, as the inner turret yet to go down, but life is so incredibly low. Xiu should be able to get rid of this one. It was the Fimbulwinter that he did finish off, but I do like that he at least got a Black Cleaver to still do some damage.
It's a solid build. I like this version.
Yep, and they also have just a lot of damage in the Lilia and the Varus.
The problem with going for that Otacon contest is you end up giving so much control plus the res.
Yeah, and also it's basically a flip, right? Like if you don't get that smite at the end, then you just lose the team fight because no matter what, DK are going to win it, as Xiu going to be just heading back home. Still had that buff.
Yeah, and the problem is like that fight. I mean, they have res too.
It was kind of a losing situation.
Exactly. I just don't think they should have opted in, and now they may lose the game over it.
Well, Dudu has a decent flank angle. The inhibitor turret is going to go down. Some health bars are low, but remember, Voracious Otacon. He exists. Snoozing time as Pyoshik looks to try and get out of there. Bulldog also wanting to go back to the fountain for quite a while.
Dudu?
And Dudu still just holding position. Not wanting to overly commit to anything when they do have this buff. 10 seconds remaining as Xiu going to be turning up. Life looking for that angle. There's the flash in from Beryl. But his teammates
they wanted the inhibitor so badly, but they're not going to throw over it. They're not going to overextend and give a ton of gold over. They'll still just kite back here. And doubling down on Otacon, where they had such a great early game. Like you mentioned, they had all the objectives. They had a Corki.
And DK, I think it is about, you know, dotting T's and crossing I's, or the other way around, or whatever.
Yeah. And they're just very carefully going to take this turret out here. No one's in the bottom lane pushing the inhibitor. They just want to...
After that Blitzcrank game and everything, man. Peanuts suffered enough.
Just wanted to let everyone know I'm accurate, even though if it doesn't make sense. I can hit the set.
Well, they can also hit the Baron. That's going to go down extraordinarily quickly. Lilia very, very good at killing that. And DNF, they don't even really know yet that that one's going down as they get rid of the Sejuani. They get rid of the Baron. They're going to get rid of Life as well. The bowling ball goes over the top. That was a bit of a trick shot there, you could say, as Lucid going to hit that Q onto Bulldog to make it... I don't know about the bullet time positioning there, but Berserker just trying to get them out of the way as Xiu goes in, and oh god, these wallets are absurdly heavy. Dudu's wondering what the heck he's supposed to do. And Lucid, yeah, the watch out, not even going to be the thing that kills him because he smote him in the air. And this is going to be the end of this game. DK looking fantastic, coming alive in that mid game and really not letting go of this one.
Yeah, I really do feel like this was a winnable game for DNF despite a really tough draft, but could not actually get it to work as going a bit deep here.
Yeah, Life is likely to die, although does have the flash, so may not be falling down just yet. Gets onto the fountain, but these Nexus turrets, they're not going to be respawning this time around, guys. It's just going to be the Nexus going down, and Beryl playing up in the faces of DNF, and DK still looking real good. After their initial victory, able to take down the DN Freaks here in game number 1. We'll see how they go in the rest of the series, but this first game is over.
Lucid, it is Jungle Pantheon, and, you know, I guess one way to solve...
Look at Bengi, he looks so sheepish.
Yeah, he might have been able to get out with another volley to come through to slow on the way out, but doesn't go for it as Xiu is going to get ulted.
Yeah, Dudu just getting a little aggressive. Doesn't find the wall up, though. Looks like Shu might actually just kind of be okay as he throws down the ulti. Dudu hits Mini Na, not exactly with the same amount of damage potential as, oh, there it is. Pyoshik turns up in the nick of time. Shu just going to be flashing after Dudu here, the Flame Spitter, not enough. And that is going to be first blood going over to Pyoshik. Arrow connects onto Beryl. The Cocoon lands at exactly the right time. And I don't think we're repelling out of this one. Berserker, oh, okay, that was a bit cute. Not going to be enough.
Not quite enough. That was the most quintessential Shiu move in the top side there. I do think it could work, in theory.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to get this dragon, which is pretty huge. That's going to be a third of a feat of strength for them. And it is his ultimate to roam and make a global impact as well. But the Vi is the S-tier jungler, actually, as it turns out right now. Not the one that's never been played before.
Beryl's ganking, but so's Pyoshik.
Yeah.
The repel is going to come on through here. And let's see what Beryl's actually going to be able to do. The Ignite goes down, the Man Drop comes in as well. Life could be the one falling here, but this Pantheon's also in so much trouble. Bulldog turns up in the nick of time as, yep, able to get that Chrono Shift activated, and now half health there from Lucid. Lands the spear. My God, the damage to come out from aiming, and Showmaker is huge. And just perfect there from Showmaker to turn up. Didn't even need teleport. There's a lot of different damage sources, and yes, they're weird ones, but there's not a lot of tanking, right? As Beryl is going to demonstrate by repelling and then coming back down, but Berserker is going to tag him here. Flash out does need to be utilized. As Life taking a little bit of damage here, but Lucid as well getting targeted. Beryl now in that front line. Gonna get Nod into the wall, and Dudu taking matters into his own very large Mega Na hands. As Sheer, the equalizer, not exactly connecting the way we want it to, as the arrow will land, and down will go this Rumble. DK, I mean, things were looking kind of all right, but now not so much, as Life's dead.
Yeah, that was weird, but otherwise, pretty well played here from DNF. Knowing the Chrono Shift is on cooldown for a few more seconds and there's no res available, they're just like, we're going to go
in the T1 series as well, especially. That one around the dragon fight is kind of etched into my mind. So we'll see how he does go here. As, all right, Lucid going to turn up. There's the flash forward. Not quite in stun range, but there it is. Just a flash required. And as I say it, the cast of blessings will rain down as Shiu gets his first kill.
Zone. Like, how does D+'s comp work? When they don't have vision, when they don't have prio walking towards this comp. Like, show me, D+. I'd like to learn something here.
Well, I think what you do is you throw a cocoon and hope it hits someone. As Beryl will demonstrate. There it is, and it hits someone. The anchor also going to land onto Life here as in goes Lucid. That Chrono Shift still available, remember, as the equalizer once again just sort of hanging out, doing not a whole lot. But still, DNF just going to back away. And it looks like a second objective to go down here for DK, a second dragon as well for them. That will be secured.
It's unfortunately kind of a team trying to do a little bit too much all at once there, even though they had the better prio setup. They weren't able to execute on it. And both of these teams do have good single target blow up, and that Nautilus ain't that tanky.
Yep, but we'll see whether it is the master of anything at all.
Yeah, it's...
I mean, so far
it's working so far, kind of.
Yeah, I do like the Grand Starfall Chrono Shift combo that they're making work. As all right, let's see how DNF can make this one happen. As putting up the wall is Lucid. Can Showmaker actually stop him from dying? The answer is absolutely yes. Good timing there on the Chrono Shift as well. But now that is off cooldown. Rock's going down. Double Seismic Shove will connect. And the hook is going to be there as well. Beryl can have to go up into the sky, but they're keeping them busy for so long. Dudu's Mini Na now on that backline gets the hop forward. The flash out from Beryl. And they do go 1-for-1 as Showmaker just staying alive. And the Flame Splitter is just going to cook this Nautilus. Oh, how did they win that? And it looked so convincing.
Yeah, I think this wasn't decisive enough for the DN Freaks. And unfortunately, this Ashe is just sitting on, a Shiv and a BF sword, so just not enough damage quite yet in this game. And they just don't actually have the ability to follow up after the Chrono Shift is used. And D+ played it so beautifully. Shiu's Rumble offering a lot of damage himself. And then this Ezreal, again, still relatively untouched. I mean, we'll watch the fight again in just a moment, but you can see... Voracious now? No, 18.
Yeah, there's that red boy.
This is going to be a dragon take for DNF, but it's just a single Hextech Drake. D+ are set up on the more important objective topside, looking like they're even going to be able to take out this topside turret as well.
Yep, Rift Herald's going to come on over there as well, as Aiming was the one that picked that one up. A little bit perplexing that he was the one that did get there, but it looks like We're going to be heading down looking for another charge, and Bulldog should be able to deny that. There's this outer turret in the mid lane also, not long for the world. That will put DK in a decent gold margin as far as their lead is concerned, about 3k after that one goes down as the Cocoon will land. My goodness, the Mystic shots are really starting to hurt, but Life able to get himself out. True Shot Barrage almost able to take down the Big Daddy.
Well, it's still going to be the turret going down. Aiming, you know, oftentimes wants to just go W and auto that turret even with no minions there, but he thinks better of it. Waits, takes it out safely now.
I like that.
Life's been having such a rough time in this game because, you know, he's on a somewhat tanky support, but it's not that tanky, right? He's still playing support Nihilus. This is not like, you know, the Nihilus Senna where it's insanely busted and no one can kill it. And so he keeps getting caught and punished while he's trying to clear vision. And like I said, whoever has vision really rules the map. Shiu in trouble, though.
Yep, Rock's going down here as the equalizer just going to be thrown through. The flash over the shove is kind of cute, but Shiu is likely still going to... Never mind! Underneath the turret, and he dodges the drill! Will he be able to dodge more, though? That's the question as the Scrap Shield comes in, and then the, Threaded Volley will just kill him. Man drop coming down here as the Grand Skyfall delivers Lucid, and Bulldog is dead.
Well, this is going to be a time buy here for Bulldog, I guess, for his team to get more vision topside. They're looking for Barrel, and he will get away. But that was scary. He has Repel, so he ends up being fine there. But this is a really nice pressure play here from DNF to get some map control back over that critical objective.
Very true. And with Arakan's been alive for quite some time now. They do have everyone grouped up there towards that top side. Just bleeding turrets here.
Though.
All right, down to 50%. And remember, this is all about the smite. You get that smite, you get the extra life, and it doesn't matter about an ensuing fight at all. Let's see whether Lucid can make that one happen. Arrow going to be collected there by aiming. Seismic Shove gets cleansed as Shiwu not going to be surviving this time around. And now Lucid's going to need a Chrono Shift if he wants to live. This is a dangerous Otacon this time around as now Bulldog fighting against aiming this triple shove on the back end. And he almost wins the 1v1 at the same time. Absolutely absurd. There's DNF being able to pick themselves up the Otacon buff as well, as they will be sent home, but it does not really matter. They got what they came.
Worth it here with the Otacon coming over. And yeah, it's unfortunate that they're going to lose a few more of these Otacon buffs. Berserker.
Yep, Berserker is dead. Shiu going to turn up. There's an equalizer. That one placed kind of beautifully. I think he took what I said personally, as he's just going to melt the Vi as well. Oh, Bulldog regretting that particular summoner spell decision. And he will be sent back to the fountain. Wow. Dudu still with the Otacon buff here, as I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping track of who still has theirs. But yeah, he might be sent home. Yeah, sent into the brush first, but now he is told to recall.
Yeah, we're going to have to go into the replay to see why they made that call, because Bulldog died before they got Otacon, so he still actually had the buff when he came in, so I get the idea there, but now you've just lost basically all your buffs except lives, and the Baron is going to D+. I mean, Bulldog's trying his best to change that reality, but he's going to need to hit a little bit more poke.
Yeah. And Showmaker's flashing forward, looking for Bulldog. Seismic Shove, going to connect onto aiming. He has to be chrono shifted, as now Life under half health. Bulldog is just sniping them out of this one, as Lucid soaking that damage really nicely. Will get sped up, gets out of there. Dudu flashing over, he's got that Mega Nut, but he's still gonna die before it even goes off. There is the cease and desist from Yoshik. There's a Vault Breaker as well. The chain CC is good, but Lucid is just better. Shiu layers the damage. It is a cacophony. It's a disaster, but it's so fun to watch.
I mean, I feel like on the follow-up, then this is a one fight for DNF because he survives and does so much damage in this follow-up. Dudu also a little bit overzealous on the engage timing here. Doesn't quite have his Meganar and his Cocoon before he can use it. If he can hit that, it's a different story as well.
Well, he's also dead. As aiming's going to be able to pop on over, grabs the auto attack, and Life is now getting cooked as well. Yeah, the Elise is dead, but do we really, were we expecting anything different there, as Life is going to be able to hook his way out? The equalizer not really doing too much, but the positioning was better that time around. As DK with a Baron, they're going to look to push towards this top side. They'll be able to take down this inner turret and continue the aggression.
Man, it's really just salt in the wounds here. Baron goes over. Now they've lost this wonky composition. And we'll go 1-1 in the group. And it's like, you know, you felt so good about coming into this draft. You had your own robust draft. You're like, oh, D+ draft's a little bit silly. We can outplay this. And then you made some really clutch plays on the Talia. You had some nice arrows. Everything is looking fine.
Like losing to this comp?
Yeah. Especially with some of the really miraculous plays they've had. And And they played the map so well too.
Yeah, and I don't want to say like something like it's cheesy or something like that, because these are picks that all of these players wanted to play in this instance. Like, Elise support is a real thing. We know that Zilean has worked fantastically in the past, and this is something that they've obviously been scrimming. Like, the way Lucid and Showmaker are playing together on this Zilean Pantheon, as we're going to see demonstrated right here. Diving underneath this inner turret, Yoshik looking to try and defend, but watch, Showmaker's just going to say, nah, he lives this. And the depth charge comes on through. Shiu going to be able to go golden as aiming finishes off the turret. Look at these health bars. They're so incredibly low. Barrel's dead again, but that's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, they still have Baron buff, so that's not enough just to kill the Elise here to win this fight. I mean, sure, it's going to stop a lot of that Baron pressure, only 45 seconds left. You know, DNF is, for me, like, suddenly they've kind of captured my heart. Like, they're a team I really want to root for. Hold up.
Well, they're going to kill Barrel. Yeah, doesn't get to
9 deaths.
Use Repel. 9 deaths is exactly the amount for the doctors. You know, he can go in and get all of these injuries checked out. So it's fine. That's why he's allowed. It's Baron into Hextech Soul, or they wait. They take control of the Baron area, and then they fight around the Dragon instead, because it's a little bit less dangerous as Beryl getting the information that he can. As he dashes forward, that cocoon was phenomenal, the double bomb! And before Bulldog can do anything, he is just dead. As Beryl says, yeah, I've died 9 times, but your Nexus is still going to explode.
Beautiful play from Beryl, and I think they've won it now.
Okay, Shiu, the walking barbecue underneath the inhibitor turret is now they're just diving in. The turret will be taken down, aiming to full health. And he is going to take down life first. Berserker running for the fountain. Dudu not given that luxury. And yeah, there are Drakes available, there are Barons available, but there's also a Nexus to destroy and things to do back home as DK are looking for the 2-0.
That's it. The top inhibitor going to go down a second time here as Lucid is going to go for one more celebration.
It is Starfallen time. And he doesn't, I thought you were going to go straight onto the fountain. That would have been a whole lot more fun. As aiming, looking to try and kill Berserker on his fountain.
Well,
as DK, like, this is a statement start to this LCK Cup as the equalizer is in there. And ever since I gave...
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCK Cup 2025.
Of the Galio meta.
Yeah, I mean,
and looked really, really good. It's always been a treat.
Oh,
Lazy Feel, this is a treat for him and not one that he really wants. I think knows that he's dead as he throws down the barrier. There's the Wind Becomes Lightning. His owner is going to make sure that the Ezreal dies. And over the wall goes Sponge, understanding that this 1v2 is maybe not so much in mid. So they're going to start these up immediately. Sponge moves over, gets full information. All right, there's the Weaver's Wall. Andal flashing over, looking for Carrier. Hasn't pressed that W just yet, as there it is. Into the wall they go. Seismic Shove is fantastic. Heroic entrance, not getting the knockups they're looking for, but Andal still in trouble. Carrier going to be going down first, though, as it's both supports lying on the floor. The barrier comes in. Lazy Feel is still going to get cut down by the feathers, and Yucal, oh no, doesn't manage to hit the rocks. As the flash goes forward, the Justice Punch comes in, and oh, that was actually really cute. There from Yucal as well. Does have to flash.
We were able to see that like right away.
But it was weird, like, because you can't cancel Justice Punch, right? Like, so as soon as you're starting to do that, like, something had to stop him. Well, but I was sure the rocks weren't there.
Yeah, I thought he just went into the wall.
The fact that they managed to grab that dragon, nothing yet on the board for DRX. Have to see them find a bit of an angle here. Sponge even finding an interrupt on Carrier. There's a cease and desist as well. Seismic Shove pushes him back. Carrier's just dead. Heroic entrance might be heroic, but it is not going to save that Rakan.
This is the DRX. Very happy with that prize they pick up here. Kill goes over to Sponge. 2 assists to Yucal already this game, and see what else he can get done. As Lazy Feel may be in danger.
He might. There is some Shock Blast coming off.
Okay. Really looking forward to seeing how he's going to pilot this champ. He's already had one good fight as Doran.
Yeah, Rich going to be like fine in the ultimate. Immediately onto Doran here, and oh, Sponge. Perfect positioning once again. Continues charging, but that's a great flash from Doran. Able to get that hammer blow back as well, and that one. So only one objective to be taken here by DRX.
Critically gets that one without the smite, so has another opportunity to grab an additional.
Yeah. Andal is level 6, did manage to make it there as the wall comes through. They're looking for Gumayusi. They will be giving away a few of these grubs, but Gumayusi is going to die. Does have to use all of the summoner spells as Yucal could almost just die here, and Gumayusi will survive. T1 take 4.
And they ended up giving up the grubs as well. Now Rich is isolated. Sponge comes over, does have ult flash.
Yeah, let's see whether they can deny this first turret, because that'll mean feats of strength going over to T1. Faker. Let's see it. Okay, there is the public execution, and Doran will be going down first. Oh, they take their time! They take too long! And he's able to get the kill onto Rich. Sponge versus Faker here. I think it's probably still pretty good for Faker, despite the fact that he is Galio, not necessarily good at dealing with physical damage, but he's just able to walk it off.
Okay. Well, that ended up being pretty bizarre. The first turret as well, which would be feats for them.
Yep, that's
they won't get it.
Strength. So T1 will be able to collect that one for themselves. And it's just going kind of like to protect the president. Faker with a lot of utility. Owner on a champion that can just brawl with you early on in the game. And in this composition, Doran
by Rich doesn't quite connect. And now Doran's going to grab this turret as well. And man, T1 snowballing this gold lead.
Yeah, almost towards the burn earn, perhaps. Unless he does go for, something else, could be a little bit more of a battle Galio, but that is going to be second dragon for T1. Ocean Soul this game, as Lazy Feel trying to dash forward, make things happen. Muramana not quite done just yet.
T1 have gotten basically everything but that first dragon. And they're looking for more here.
Yep, Ona going in. Oh, the seismic shove is gorgeous, but he does have that crescent guard. They're trying to block these dashes. The Xin Zhao goes down as Rich zoning Gumayusi out of this fight. Sponge just getting the heck out of there. Red buff will be secured here by Doran, but he might die for it. That could be a little bit of a problem. Faker able to make his way out as there's a public execution this time onto Faker, but he creates the distance he's looking for. Featherstorm comes through from Gumayusi. He's still at full health as the heroic entrance once again not finding a lot of value. Decent knockup. Faker is likely to go down, but he trades for Sponge. Yukal's over the wall. The seismic shove onto Doran. He finds the big rock carrier. Is he able to get out? The battle dance says absolutely, because he just dashes all over the place, and they don't have infinite rocks. They don't have the most steadfast presence, but they do have Rich. And let's see whether he can grab a double here. The grand entrance is decent. Seismic shove misses. And oh my god, they had like 20 health between them.
I mean, Guma held his flash until the very, very end.
Oh, true shot barrage. Oh, it gets him. And Carry gets taken down. Andil, big giggle for that one.
This is a big win though for DRX.
Oh,
they take a kill lead here. The gold lead is thinned out significantly. Only 2,000 behind. That'll get even smaller once this turret falls on, but the rest of his team is already on his way out. I know, we have more.
Oh dear, Gumayusi's dead. There it is. That is the cease and desist plus the seismic shove combo that we've seen. So teleport up and available. The heroic entrance also not there as teleport coming in towards his top side. And Rich is going to join, looking to try and get rid of Doran. There is still an outer turret up there. So he does have a bastion of safety he can head towards, and Ona could make this interesting. Keeper's verdict comes down as there is the public execution. DRX looking to dive on top of the jungler, but Sponge is already down. Meanwhile, there's a battle on multiple fronts. Doran and Carrier looking like they're almost winning as Lazy Feel wants to take down Doran, and he will be able to get there. In the meantime, Rich is limping away from the battle, and Ona says absolutely not. And then Andil can do absolutely nothing. Gumayusi, he'll turn up extraordinarily late, probably just to help his team grab this Arakan buff.
Lazy Feel is in no man's land as well. Looking for some damage here onto Guma, but I think his fate is sealed.
Yeah, let's see whether Lazy Feel can make this interesting. Arakan is on his team at the moment as Lazy Feel. Oh man, I got so excited that something could almost happen.
Yeah, a little bit interesting.
Yeah. Gumayusi pressed barrier, so I guess he got that.
Well, I mean, now he's done enough damage here to where they can't really Otacon safely, and they're going to have to back, so it is significant.
I mean, what's the result of this? Well, the result of this is Otacon got real mad.
Yeah.
Okay,
we'll let them, he's like, there's still some wiggle room for DRX in those types of moments, but something like a Dragon where you have full control over this area is so free to take. And DRX don't have the damage just yet. I mean, their Ezreal's on 2.5 items, but they don't have the damage to crush Otacon in return. They're going to look for a dive on the Faker instead.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird, that whole situation, as Sponge presses the ultimate button. Faker gets out of the turret range. True Shot Barrage is going to help aid it. And Yukal not wanting to take any chances. He's going to use that ultimate just to make sure that they have as many people in the area as possible.
I mean, you get Faker, you should be able to get this turret, so you get something in return for that Dragon that did go over. This took a lot of resources to do so. A lot of health bars getting low means it's tough to actually take this out. As Guma's splitting.
Yeah, he should be able to get this in a turret as well. Carrier is making sure that he's being as frustrating as possible. as Andil finds a heroic charge. He's the only one here. Keeper's verdict comes down. There's a public execution as, of course, Ambessa can show up at a moment's notice. Doran is just so tanky, though. He gets over the wall. No one's dead quite yet, but Gumayushi is now going to turn up, and now it's Ona's turn. Oh, he gets pushed into the seismic shot, but it doesn't matter. He is so tanky, it is absurd. And Doran is still raining these shock blasts forward. I mean, tank Jace is so frustrating, man.
I guess it's just a trick, man. It seems like you can kill Jace because you're used to killing Jace all the time, but you can't kill him.
He used to be tank. Well, he's not that tanky, I guess. If Richard comes and kills him when he's on like 0 health. That's a lot of value from that Featherstorm as the True Shot Barrage sails by. Sponge in the back of this pit right now. Another opportunity for UCal as the fists are doing the talking for Sponge here at this stage. Not enough dashes there, unfortunately, for Rich, who will just get pummeled by this Galio, and this game has devolved.
Yeah, I mean, too bad this didn't happen just a few minutes ago, you know, like maybe like 11 minutes ago, we could have maybe had Ruinous. How long were we going to go into this replay? Stuff is happening live, but Guma actually gets so much value out of his ultimate, but then ultimately still goes down. Okay.
All right, Gumayushi once again trying to get some value out of some stuff. Triple seismic shove, and down goes the Xayah, and it's a free ticket back to the base to spend some of that money for Sponge. Speaking of the winds of war, but a little bit late. The battle is kind of over. Now Baron is up and available. I don't know, a bit private.
Yeah, I mean, they're just feeling like because they have these reses, they're going to be able to take out Baron. Still fairly greedy here from DRX.
Yeah, a few things on cooldown now as Carrier is trying to battle dance around this fight. Andil off to the side, Keeper's verdict. This could be so valuable, but instead he holds onto it. Heroic entrance coming on down there as they get a few knockups. Heroic charge onto the Galio, but he's so tanky. As T1, the more of these send homes that they can get without losing anyone, it's very important. 100 gold going over to Faker here as Rich. I'm not sure about that one, my friend, as he's going to dash around the fight and look for an opportunity to get something done, but he is just going to die as Doran likely to fall as well. A 1-for-1 as far as top lane is. But I think it's probably still pretty good for T1.
I am once again asking teams
on top of everything, but man, it's looking a little bit frightening. All right, there's a weave as well. Okay, UCal, that is an aggressive move. The True Shot Barrage doing so much damage. Another great shove, but Andil still going to be lying on the floor. Sponge goes in. It's going to be the secure of the soul, and this heroic entrance is looking pretty good. Still Ambessa trying to get some work done. Owner is so tanky, it doesn't make any sense. The rock's not going to be enough, but LazyFeel is able to get that kill in the end. He's going to have to be a real hero now, though, because there are 3 T1 members looking for him and UCal.
He's got his passive. Maybe he gets out.
Yep, Grand Entrance coming down. Seismic Shove is decent as Carrier. Will he actually go down? That's the question. He's trying to back, and it looks like he will survive. LazyFeel missing a bunch of buttons, and there's a flash forward from Gumayushi. 432 gold. Lying on the floor now is LazyFeel, unfortunately. And T1, they should be able to take what they want.
This doesn't feel like a pro game, Atlas.
This feels, yeah, this is fast and loose.
I don't even know what to analyze, you know?
Lichbane. This is Battle Galio, if ever I've seen one. Sponge standing on a ward, a little bit unfortunate there as the Seismic Shove doesn't get too much value. Rock's there on the ground as Ona turns up, and he's real scary. Rich as well, sitting at 50%. Ona just trying to get himself out of there. And the dash will be denied. This steadfast presence pretty good from Andil. And what we want to see is so much more from Andil.
Yeah,
I think the Keeper's verdicts need to start landing if DRX want any hope.
It's the only way they can steal away this Baron is to knock half of T1 away, but T1 are obviously also aware of it. Rich going to teleport back in. This one more reasonable. Look at the flank angle here for Carrier, though. Unseen.
Oh, no. Andil's going to whiff it. They can't see the health bars as Heroic Charge might make up for it. Doran is so tanky, though. Stop engaging on this guy. As Carrier will be able to dash his way out. True Shot Barrage almost managed to steal it. Seismic Shove onto 2 again. But they've got health bars for days. They've got buffs all over the place. And DRX are just running out of hope in this game.
I think a lot of why this game looks so weird is because both of these teams have such a defensive advantage through these choke points with the taunt, with the rocks, with the shoves. But T1 are just so far ahead at this point. They have positional advantage there. Carrier's going to get caught. I don't know how much it matters.
Yeah, LazyFeel, yeah, he's going to be flashing away from that one very quickly.
That's going to be an inhibitor going down here.
Oh, there's the flash taunt. Going to connect onto 2 of them. In goes Andil, though, to try and stop this one from happening. But LazyFeel, in the blink of an eye, he disappeared. The Ambassador as well. Sorry, Rich. But it's a gray screen for now, and it looks like T1 They may not be stopping here, they might just be finishing this game off. Their first win on red side, and a pretty good sign if you want Baron to make a comeback in terms of the battle of the groups. The world champs finally on the board here with a victory over DRX here in game 1 at least. So I guess not necessarily finally on the board. Still need to do it one more.
We'll just be the Lee Sin ultimately here. And, you know, the thing is, the draft in isolation.
Level 6 and we'll have a lot more power at that point in time. T1, I just feel like they spike so incredibly hard in the early game. All right, there's a flash cocoon, and that looks like first blood pretty comfortably. Valkyrie away here from Lazyfield as best he can, as Sponge, Warrior Tricksters to get himself over the wall.
All Owner has to do is be nearby, and they can make this play.
Yep.
X into the Elise with the Electrocute. Yukao.
Yeah, Yukao looking for something here. We've seen not a lot of success for the Victor. In fact, the only... Okay, let's have a look at this. Just trying to clear out the wave as best he can. Is Rich. Bella's Breath going to be necessary there, but the cocoon going to land. A lot of burst damage. There's the headshot, and boom. That's it. Carrier's going to be able to pick it up in the end as Rich. You can see, oh, he's laughing about it, but not feeling too happy about the whole situation. You could
buys him
imagine.
some time, though, and that's all he needs. And he died again, and the turret died with him.
Oh.
And that's feats of strength.
Oh, dear. Wait. Hang on. So he didn't even teleport back. How did he get back there so quickly? Wow. Okay.
So this is the second time, because you can see his ult's still on cooldown.
Yeah.
And he just
dies. And that's just another repel. Champion ever again.
I don't want to see in the bottom lane at least, okay? We could start with that.
Yeah, we can start with that. As Oniv's going to get flashed on here, Solar Flare comes down. That is a very deadly Sin. They'll take their first kill of the game. As now Doran possibly in trouble as Rich coming in. Where was that going? That's off the tracks entirely. As Rich does get the knock-up to prove that something's going to land, but there's no one else here now. Faker not really finding very much damage with the ulti as Lazyfield. Oh dear. There's the last auto in the air from Carrier. And that is going to finish it off once again.
And a sub for Teddy in the first place and is under a ton of pressure. He's playing against the defending world champions here. And look, they gave him Corki, but this is not about like, man, he's just...
Like, this is the T1 that looked so incredibly good when they were domestically powerful, right? Like this is before they just started winning every world. It's like, this
when
was 2022.
They win everything. And they win this...
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Ace in the hole.
And like this is why Carrier was playing like Callista support. Dies a lot because you're super squishy. The enemy team has ways to catch you. But when you have full vision control and full map control and a massive lead like this, you know, Carrier just walks around the map and decides who dies. And that's what's happening. He's 100% KP in Guma.
Yep,
the kill squad. Hope to win a fight in an even game state, which we're not in. But I mean, this is just going to be T1 getting everything they want. This turret is next on the list.
Yep. Yukao going to tank the ace in the hole. Not too happy about that one either.
But maybe they just pick it away from him and he doesn't get to play it. Because remember, they first picked this over the Aurora.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the Rumble.
There's no explaining it that makes sense to me. Personally, as Faker could be in trouble here. As the train comes down. This time it's going to land. Nice little chain CC there from Rich, but he is well and truly by himself. And he's going to have to try and flash away the flash forward from Owner, and he kicks him in the back of the head. That's going to send him to the death chamber as Sponge. Warrior Trickster to get himself out of the way, and Gumyushi doing the thing he loves to do best, which is shoot turrets. Unless he can shoot the little yodel in a plane. It's another thing that he really enjoys doing.
Yeah, he likes to get money and then use it to buy items and then kill people with it. But also killing turrets, like you said, he is a big enjoyer of that. Faker may be in trouble really for real this time, maybe?
Yeah. He's not going to be able to make that flash work, as Owner is like, yeah, you're on your own, buddy.
Owner's like, nah, sorry, man, that's all I can do.
Faker for in a turret, though, Wolf. That's
their due diligence to check, you know, behind them there in that brush in this case. Small victory.
That's the support, by the way, versus the jungler. Carrier just half-healthing him with his Storm Surge.
I thought the Ornn was the support in this game for DRX.
Yeah.
Or wait, maybe it's the Wukong, or maybe it's the...
It could honestly be any of them at this stage.
Yeah. This is a rough one, man. This is our first, like, real stomp, like...
Oh! Doran's
another
dead! There we go. Yukao collects the second.
That's three. Three of these picks they've gotten were T1 and just caught with their pants. The tier,
and, Ornament's coming in, Wolf.
The tier will finish stacking.
True.
Like, you know, earlier I wasn't sure, but I think I can confidently say he's going to finish his Muramana.
And look, the slingshot will turn into a long-range gun.
Yes.
We'll have a third item.
Oh, don't.
Whoa.
They made the gold draft a little bit bigger. If you couldn't see it earlier, now you can really see it in all its glory.
The
might of
Caitlyn
Guma.
situation is looking pretty Caitlyn-y at this stage.
You know, this is one of the first times, too, for voting for player of the match where it gets really tricky for me. Because you had a really dominant performance from Owner and Doran in game 1, but like it's kind of the Guma Keria show in this one. It's very split.
I think I'm probably still on the Owner train.
I think I am, too, to be honest with you, because he's had a good game here, even though it's been kind of quiet.
Yeah. I feel like this is the type of series where you kind of, okay.
Maybe it's not Keria.
And Keria is going to die, but Lazyfield is in a lot of trouble. Still gets himself to relative safety. Gumayushi now in trouble. Yukao comes over. Oh, DRX, have you found an angle to get back in? Ona says no. The equalizer, not exactly the highest of value, but Yukao's the president. They have to keep that guy alive. He is all of the damage here for DRX. The Sponge diving towards Faker, trying to make me into a liar here as he is able to slam down with damage himself. Doran wanting to find an opportunity, but Yukao, too smart, able to walk out of the way of the Rumble. So,
the question, though, is, like, can they actually get anything out of the Dragon they could potentially take after this? And yet, they don't have enough control. T1 are back on the Dragon first, as you can see in live. I don't want to break this replay down too much because we are having some action in live.
Yeah, you can see Rich going to flash towards the wall and not over it. Faker is going to be gifted the kill, I believe. There it is. Zona once again in control of this one. We're still waiting for the Wukong to turn up as he gets into the pit. Can they deny the solar kick? Says absolutely not. Yeah, I think POM going over to Ona sounds pretty good to me as Andal is dead. And the brief bit of DRX cool stuff comes to a close.
Dragon action.
Yeah, and Infernal Soul and stuff. And now Artican as well is going to be coming up here. We'll have to see how many of the turrets they're going to be able to take utilizing that team-wide GA that they'll have available. Unless it's just Baron. They could just take Baron, I guess.
Yukao had a good series, you know?
He did. Do they get the Baron for free as well?
I think the answer is yes. At low risk with a Voracious buff. They all got wings.
As Keria is just playing Bodyguard. And it looks like, yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of options. Control Ward in there. The trap wall set up so that T1 cannot be stopped. And yeah, they'll get the information. That's really cool. Still, the Baron is going to go down. There's nothing that they can do about it.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm at a loss for this one, Atlas.
Yeah, I am.
Even if he dies, by the way, it's fine.
It doesn't really matter. Equalizer goes down. Yukao is the target. They've decided to kill him, and thus he will die. Andal going to go down there as well. And, yep, Keria gets to buy some items. Shirelia's going to be put together here as he gets that free trip back home. And with Yukao dead, you can see slumped back in his chair, understands that this game was well and truly on his back. And Sponge, there's an interesting little situation here as T1, they understand that it's going to be really hard to stop them from just taking what they want because they can't even die. As Ona goes in, goes back out, that is going to be inhibitor number 1 going down. Mid lane can fall swiftly afterwards. There's an inner turret still up on the bottom side, so 3 inhibs probably not going to happen here, but a dead Nexus, that's certainly on the cards. There are still minions Conga lining their way in. 1 Nexus turret remains. As Andal, that Eclipse Shield not going to be enough. The train sails by without causing too much harm to anyone. And Yukao, I think, just going to park himself on the fountain because there's nothing he can do to stop the onslaught of T1. A 2-0. And Baron doubles the amount of kills their group has been able to pick up because the world champs have been able to get there here in their second time of asking.